So it's Sunday statement draft time. I've got the question to determine the first pick. Here we go, Chris Simms.
Okay.
Christian McCaffrey is on pace for 493 fantasy points this season. Really, Stats?
Are
give
you
me
really
a fantasy.
coming to fantasy?
I just read what they send me.
Going?
Come on, Stats. That would break the all-time single-season record held by which Pro Football Hall of Famer for fantasy points in a season?
LaDainian Tomlinson.
Yeah, you win.
Okay. I mean, it was like, I was the only one. I was going to say Marshall Faulk. He came to my head, but I was like, do they even have fantasy at the start of his career?
I think LaDainian Tomlinson in 2006 was incredible.
Yeah.
Because that was the first year I played in the current league I'm in that I still haven't won 13 years later, and that was my best chance.
Well, LaDainian Tomlinson, I saw him in person in 2004 when the Bucs, we went out there and played in the Chargers. He's one of those guys where you get on the field and you go, he doesn't look like this hulking presence, right? And the game started, and I went, man, we can't cover this guy. We can't tackle this guy. He was unbelievable, and that's why he's in the Hall of Fame. All right.
Sunday statement, first-round pick.
Obvious. Come on. I'm going with last night's game. I'm sorry to be Captain Obvious, but the Ravens, they made the biggest statement of the weekend, that they're for real in the AFC. That, not only did they make a statement about themselves, they made a statement about the Patriots that they can be beaten, that they're not invincible. So it was almost like a double whammy that way. And, of course, the Patriots are still the best team in the AFC. I'm not going to, go away from that. But they showed that they have issues. And this was the first really well-rounded quality well-rounded quality opponent that they played. So the Ravens, just the way Lamar Jackson made some plays, the way they dominated the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball, they won the physical matchup. They basically battled to a draw in the X's and O's matchup. And then they have a guy like Lamar Jackson who, when the X's and O's from Belichick are great, he could overcome some of the scheme things there because of his great physical talent. So, the Ravens, they made the biggest statement overall.
You're doing that thing again where you just pick a whole team?
I'm picking the whole
Why won't you
team.
narrow it down?
All right, so Lamar Jackson. How's that feel?
Why do you back off of it? See, I was setting it up because I was going to pick a whole team too.
Okay, good.
I was going to pick the Chiefs because I'm sitting there trying to think,
right.
Who from the Chiefs made a statement that stands out above anyone else's? Do you say Tyreek Hill? Do you say Matt Moore? Do you say Harrison Butker?
No, the
Do you
team
say Chris
did it.
Jones? It was a total team effort.
Defense,
to take down a
run
Vikings
game,
team
right.
that had won 4 games in a row,
right.
that has a very good defense and an extremely potent offense.
Yeah.
The Chiefs answered the bell in every phase of the game. And I think one of the sneaky great decisions by the Chiefs was to put Tyreek Hill out there for punt returns late. Now, the first one, Britton Colquitt, both Colquitt brothers were punting in the game. It was Britton Colquitt who punts for the Vikings. He angled it right out of bounds. The second time it got in his head, and he shanked it. Just having Tyreek Hill back there, it gave the Chiefs the short field that they needed to win the game. So, you know what? I can get behind the idea of a Sunday statement for the whole team when you can back it up.
Right.
And I'm backing it up with the Chiefs in every phase and in coaching and everything they did. And that was what they needed to win that game because they still barely won the game.
Yeah.
It took a total team effort to take down the Vikings.
No, agreed. The Chiefs, Andy Reid's managed Matt Moore the right way, changed a few things on offense. Their defense continues to show signs of being better. And I really think that, they're going to be a better football team overall when Mahomes gets back. This could be a blessing in disguise when all's said and done. Okay, I'm definitely going no team here. I'm going with one guy because we haven't really talked about this game yet. Russell Wilson, he made a statement yesterday. He's the leader in the clubhouse right now for the MVP in football. And there's no other way to say it. He's got 22 touchdown passes. He's got 1 interception. And the Seahawks defense is not very good. It's not like what we've seen in the Pete Carroll era, especially in the pass game. The Seahawks pass defense, it borderline stinks to a degree. And they're going to have to continue to win with Russell Wilson, and he showed that again yesterday. His ability to make plays and pinpoint downfield throws, it's just extraordinary. There's no other way to say it. His ability to hit Lockett or DK Metcalf, but look at the day, 29 of 43, 378, 5 touchdowns. Just truly, truly phenomenal. And I can see why. They even there was the rumors that Antonio Brown, that they was on their radar. Well, yeah, because I think the Seahawks realize that their defense is a little bit of an issue this year. They're going to have to out-shootout people. against some of these really good teams. And the Bucs matched up with them because they could protect and throw the ball down the field, and Russell just kept answering back.
They've built this team now around Russell Wilson. That started after the 2017 season. There were guys there who resented Russell Wilson. There was always that kind of toxic quality to the locker room that Pete Carroll did a good job of keeping the lid on. But they got to a point when they didn't make it to the playoffs last year. It was time to rip the Band-Aid off, build the team around Russell Wilson.
Yep.
And, yeah, they added Josh Gordon, and the report over the weekend from ESPN was they did their due diligence on Antonio Brown before making the waiver claim on Josh Gordon. So getting some help for Russell Wilson, building the team around him, 5 touchdown passes. And incredible, 22 touchdown passes, 1 pick so far this year. I think he's right there in the MVP conversation with Lamar Jackson, with the guy. And, I'm part of what we try to do on this Monday show is give some attention to as many victorious teams as we can.
Yeah.
We've mentioned Deshaun Watson a couple of times, but hey, it's a Sunday statement draft. Deshaun Watson, 26-3. They played the Jaguars early this year and easily could have lost the game. It was a sluggish, low-scoring, like 13-12. Right.
Yeah, right.
26-3, and it was Texans all over the Jaguars yesterday. Systematic, not a blowout start to finish, but a systematic smothering. And Deshaun Watson, the way he keeps plays alive, he is the most fun quarterback to watch right now.
Yeah.
Right now. And Mahomes isn't healthy.
Right.
Mahomes and Watson are right at the same level, and the way that Watson can keep things alive is just a thing of beauty, and he relishes it. He thrives on that, Chris.
He does. He's the ultimate playmaker. The play is never over with Deshaun Watson. He's a great thrower. Good decision maker. The only flaw you talk about with Deshaun Watson at times, maybe holding the ball too long. Just waiting too long for the big play. But the Texans they're on a roll, and Watson he's a special talent. There's no question, and he's in that MVP conversation too. Another game we haven't talked about. Got to go to Mighty Mouse. Okay, Sunday statement. Christian McCaffrey. He's in that conversation too. In fact, he's the only non-quarterback I think we're putting in that conversation.
Michael Thomas.
Right now.
I'm still putting Michael Thomas.
Okay,
He didn't play this week.
He's a beast. But McCaffrey just so special to what the Carolina Panthers do. And Kyle Allen. We talk about him. He's doing a really good job at quarterback for the Carolina Panthers. But that team and that offense revolves around McCaffrey and what he can do. He opens up things in the pass game, whether it be play action or even underneath coverage, having to worry about him coming out of the backfield. But Norv Turner does a great job of staying patient with the run game, finding little cute wrinkles to get him the ball in the pass game, making life easy on Kyle Allen there. You could have thrown that touchdown pass to Christian McCaffrey, I think. McCaffrey is just phenomenal. Breakaway speed, catches the ball, can make you miss, and then runs with power, I think, is the thing that we are all surprised by.
And they're going to need him because nobody knows when Cam Newton's coming back. Everybody wants to be able to peg when Cam Newton will return. Nobody knows.
Not looking
when
good.
He's going to be back. And he may never be back with the Panthers again. After this season, you never know what they're going to do. David Tepper, the owner of the team, may decide to move on. He's under contract for 1 more year. Maybe they trade him. Maybe they just rip it up and say, see you later. We'll see what's out there. The salary isn't crippling, but if the guy isn't healthy, if he can't get healthy and can't stay healthy, just think about it. All that obsession with his shoulder, and then the shoulder's fine, we think. The foot's injured.
Right.
So McCaffrey keeping that team relevant, keeping that team competitive. All right, I am going to do something that many will regard as dramatically out of character.
Okay.
I am making as my final pick Raiders quarterback Derek Carr.
Whoa!
Yes.
Whoa! I didn't know you could pick Derek Carr or Kirk Cousins in a draft. I didn't think you were capable.
I've done Cousins before.
Yes.
Derek Carr had a heck of a day yesterday.
He
He had 20 completions on 31 attempts, 289 yards, 64.5% completion percentage, 2 touchdowns, a passer rating of 116.2, threw the game-winning touchdown pass to Hunter Renfrow. Needed some help from the defense to keep the Lions from tying it up. But look, this Raiders team is 4-4.
Mm-hmm.
And Carr has had some good performances this year. He's had some bad performances.
Yeah.
And it's funny because he said after the game, I had the quote here, and all I have to do is find it again.
Good job. Way to blow the segment.
It was going so well. Here it is.
You choked in the big moment.
Just shut up.
Prime time. You can't
Kirk Cousins.
can't perform in prime
and
time.
it's not prime time. It's morning. Just think of how bad it would be if it was
prime
nighttime. Carr said after the game, we've laid a foundation and then jackhammered it up about 14 times since I've been here. I hope this one stays. And I think embedded in that comment, he hopes he stays.
Yeah.
Right? He
sure.
hopes that John Gruden and Mike Mayock don't decide after the season that they can find a better quarterback, because Mayock said when they were kicking the tires on Kyler Murray and Dwayne Haskins before the draft, hey, we have an obligation to constantly be looking to upgrade at every position, including quarterback. So we're constantly going to look to do that. And after that boneheaded, reach the ball out with the left hand from 15 days ago and drop it into the end zone on the same day that John Gruden is seeing the wizardry of Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
That was the moment you and I thought that Gruden's like, all right, I'm getting me somebody else next year.
Well, we know how Gruden can be. I mean, I witnessed it firsthand. I mean, he could sign 7 quarterbacks this offseason, and half the roster will be quarterbacks, so you never know. But you're right. I mean, whether it was Rodgers or Deshaun Watson, who the Oakland Raiders faced the last 2 weeks, Derek Carr got overshadowed by 2 great talents.
Or even Matthew Stafford.
Or Matthew Stafford. You're right. I get you. So Matthew Stafford had a hell of a game yesterday too. But, you're right. Derek Carr played really well. He answered the bell in a clutch moment, making that play, scrambling to the left, scoring the game-winning touchdown, spreading the ball around. It really starts with that Raiders offense and their running game. That's the biggest thing they do. I mean, they ran for 171 yards yesterday. Josh Jacobs has been a handful in that department. But when you just talk about them spreading it around, I mean, Jalen Richard was their leading receiver as far as yards at 56, but it was him, Renfro, Waller, Tyrell Williams, Marcel Aitman, Zay Jones, who they traded for, the Buffalo Bills, DeAndre Washington. He's getting the ball out of the backfield. So they're using everybody within that offense right now, and that's where I give not only Derek Carr credit for spreading it around, but John Gruden keeping teams off balance with that run game and how he's going to use certain guys in the pass game.
Yep, I agree with you completely. And when we return, what we're going to do is get you ready for Monday Night Football. Before we go, though, the Sunday Statement Draft. Ravens, Russell Wilson, and Christian McCaffrey. Chris Simms. I've got the Chiefs, Deshaun Watson, and Derek Carr.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.